Hi everyone, not too long ago, my beautiful girlfriend who resides behind the camera bought me a blender, and it's a fucking sick one, mate, and I've been making smoothies ever since. So today I'm going to share my smoothie knowledge with you all. I don't know how many recipes we're going to do, but this is smoothie recipes. We're going to make them healthy. We're going to make some for bulking, aka high calories, some for cutting, aka low calories, and some for just because they're nice. Let's do it. So what I'm going to do is switch over to a voiceover now, because it'll just be easier and more clear to explain things as I go. Okay, so you need some scales and obviously a blender and a load of frozen fruit. And if you haven't got any frozen fruit, what you can do, right, is just get fruit and then freeze it, and then you've got frozen fruit. Now, first up, we're gonna go tropical. So in goes some banana and pineapple and mango. And mistake number one was only using frozen pineapple. Really, at least 2 out of 3 of these should be frozen, otherwise your consistency just won't be ideal, as you will witness shortly. Anyway, next we're using a 1.5 scoops of vanilla whey protein and some unsweetened coconut milk. Now, I could have rescued the consistency by just using less coconut milk, but I'm just not very clever, so I didn't. Anyway, that's it. Lid on tight, blend that shit. Alright, let's check the consistency. Actually not too bad, a little bit thin, but not the end of the world. I just prefer them thicker, otherwise I drink it way too fast. Anyway, it tastes absolutely fucking ruthless, and this is probably my go-to most commonly consumed smoothie. Okay, next smoothie, let's do it. Frozen blackberries, frozen strawberries, frozen blueberries, frozen raspberries. Scoop of strawberry whey, a little bit more, that'll do. I'm gonna go with coconut milk again, but if you're using unsweetened, then you probably won't even taste the difference if you use almond milk. Fuck soya milk though, because that's just a bit weird. It makes everything taste like soya milk. Screw the lid on, that is a key step. Don't think that's technically a lid anyway. You know what I mean? Blend that shit up. Yes, yes. Witness the infusion. Oof, that is the one. And because we use all frozen fruit, we're going to witness a much better consistency this time. Check the thickness, mate. Now, you're going to see me using a few different protein powders, but I understand that not everybody stocks like 10 different flavors. So if you want to be a bit more economical and just get one flavor, I would go with vanilla, because I think that is the most versatile. You can pretty much get away with vanilla in any smoothie. Now, you might be tempted to go for an unflavored whey. I would avoid that because you need the sweetness of the powder, especially in some of the smoothies that you're not putting many sweet ingredients into, like the next one. Okay, next up we're going healthy as fuck, and by that I mean I'm gonna put green stuff in it, starting with broccoli. Just kidding, that'd be weird. First up, some pineapple. I know that's not green, but we will get to that. Next up, some avocado. That is green. Now, I'm going full avocado, but if you are skeptical, maybe just start with half. Next up, a bit of baby leaf spinach. Again, I'd go easy on the spinach the first time you make it, or heaven forbid, you might actually taste it. You probably need to give it a gentle fisting just to make some room. Gentle fisting is probably an oxymoron, if I ever heard one. Anyway, then I'm adding some, what am I adding? Fresh ginger, mate, about this much. However, I didn't even fucking taste it, so try doubling that much. Some vanilla protein, again, a little bit more. I'm adding some of this complete greens supplement in, just for extra nutrients, mate. Obviously, it's optional. Technically, everything's optional. Now, a good squeeze of fresh lime juice, and finally some honey. I would use plenty of honey, especially if you're a 7-year-old who can only eat and drink sweet things. Slam a bit of ice in there and then top it all up with some almond milk. Right, I am excited to see this blend. I mean, obviously I'm editing the video, so I have seen it, but I'm speaking as if it's present tense, so just humour me. Oh, that's a lovely blend. Majestic stuff, mate. Proper good stuff. And prepare for the most optimal smoothie consistency you ever laid your eyes upon. Shouts to the avocado for bringing the smoothness, mate. We appreciate you, you weird little fuck. Don't even know if you're a proper fruit or what, but I don't care, you're sound. Anyway, Should we move on? Right, we're going to try another camera angle and then we're going to realise that it's shit and go back to the previous angle for the rest of the video. So, it's chocolate smoothie time. Banana, first up, ideally frozen. Mine wasn't, so again, it's going to be thin. My consistencies aren't very consistent, if that makes sense. Peanut butter, because, well, I said butter very Englishly. Englishly? Peanut butter. Always a good idea. Right, Nutella, because fuck it, why not? Obviously, this one might not be particularly diet friendly, unless you're a hippo, in which case, you can probably fit it into your calories. You might have trouble operating a blender though. What the fuck? Alright, chocolate protein powder going in next, followed by quite a lot of ice, and then I'm using skimmed milk for a change. Then we're just going to skip right ahead to the blended smoothie because I didn't press record. And look, it turns out ice basically just melts as soon as it's blended, so if you want thicker smoothies, use frozen fruit. This one tastes absolutely unreal though. Like, hopefully one day YouTube can, you know, you can watch shit and then you can like taste it through your screen, because then we can all share this epic moment. Alright, serious shit anyway, so get involved. It literally is a chocolate milkshake. Wow, I'm full of smoothies. Okay, next up, we're going low calorie / cutting smoothie, and the key to a low calorie smoothie is berries, mate. A lot of berries, basically, and also just not adding peanut butter to everything. That does help as well. So when you look at the calories per 100 grams, you'll see what I mean. So I'm keeping it simple with just some raspberries and some strawberries, and the protein powder that I think will go best with this just happens to be a vegan one, and that is a vegan white chocolate coconut protein. I'm thinking like raspberry and white chocolate is a pretty common combo, so that's the vibe I'm kind of going for. I'm using almond milk because unsweetened almond milk tends to be the lowest in calories, at least from what I've seen. This one is 13 calories per 100 ml, and that's low, mate. Alright, let's bask in the glory of this blend. Proper good one, this. You're like, right, yep. Blending a little bit, some nice blending action, top half being a bit stubborn, but after a while it's like, ah, go on then, I'll get involved, mate. And that is pretty satisfying, isn't it? And you think that's it, but that's actually not it. That's just the strawberries. I'm going to hit the raspberries any second now, and wowza, yes. That's just very pleasing to the eye. Alright, let's get a close up. Quick note, obviously you can make any of these smoothies vegan just by using a vegan protein powder and making sure you're using a plant-based milk. My personal favourite flavours from bulk powders for the vegan proteins are banana caramel and white choc coconut. But what if you're not cutting and you want to get huge? Well then, I've got a smoothie for that. This is what you will need. Some protein powder, almond butter. I'm self-conscious about how I say butter now. Bananas, dates, oat milk and oat. Now, I learned from my previous mistakes. I took my bananas and I froze them to make frozen bananas. I took my dates and I froze them as well to make frozen dates. So, bananas going in first. I'm using about 125 grams, but all measurements will be in the video description. Dates next. I used 5, which came to just over 100 grams. I was pretty generous with the almond butter, just because I'm a generous guy, mate. Then I used about 30 grams of oats and a scoop and a half of banana flavored protein. And finally, I'm using oat milk, but if you really want to go hard, you can get higher calorie milks. Watch for that little protein eruption. Cute that, mate. Okay, let's blend this shit. Wow. You'll need to give it a little bit longer than usual because the dates take a bit more breaking up. It looks a bit bitty, but I couldn't really tell when I was drinking it. And honestly, no shit, this was probably the best one in terms of raw flavour. It's just a shame that it's enough calories to sustain an entire walrus colony. I'm not sure if the appropriate term for a collection of walruses, walrus, is colony. But now, what if you want to make a protein smoothie without protein powder? Well, I will tell you, you need some skimmed milk, fat-free Greek yogurt, some peanut butter, frozen banana and strawberries, and probably, I would say, some honey as well. So you're really getting your protein here from the yogurt and milk primarily, and maybe a little bit from the peanut butter as well. Now, I'm just doing this one really for the sake of example, but I wouldn't recommend trying to make protein smoothies without protein powder regularly, just because from a cost point of view, the yogurt is going to end up costing you more. If you look at the protein you're getting per pound or per penny, whey is typically one of the best you can get if you get a decent priced whey. Anyway, you know the drill by now. In goes the banana, followed by strawberry, then the yogurt, the milk, peanut butter, and at this point I would say add the honey, because you need a bit more sweetness to make up for what you're missing from the protein powder. Now if you use sweeter fruits like pineapple or blueberries, you might not need it, but with banana and strawberry I would say you probably do. Anyway, let's blend it, and yes, that yogurt makes for a seriously smooth smoothie. So there we have it, folks. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, and if you make any smoothies, tag me in your Insta stories so I can see them, mate, and we can both just share in the joy of ruthless next level smoothies. Ciao, ciao.
Joey Lenny is my hero.